you mentioned the community and the clan, the village. When did you guys notice that there's something here? Like, are the people that watch us, it's like a community, or did you guys feel like you were able to mold it into such, or did it like already kind of form that way and you guys just simply called it something?
Yeah, that's a.
We probably have two different views on that.
Well, I want to hear yours first. Go ahead.
I think we were friends for a long time before we got married. And anytime that Vin gets involved in something, it becomes like a family. It just always does. And I don't think that, I'm not sure if that's your intention or if it's just like the authentic way that you put things out and kind of bring people together. So once I could see that people were subscribing and people were commenting, I was like, okay, this is just an online version of everything he always does. So I knew it was going to be a group, and like, he genuinely cares about people. I care about people too, but not to the degree that he does. And I don't know if it's because of the experiences that you've had in your life. You've seen a lot more things. And so just talking about things in the video, it wasn't just about reviewing music, but it was about understanding that people are watching these videos. And so you don't want to say something that, you know, let's say in the video, there's a real sense of hopelessness and that after death, there's nothing, and there's a real nihilistic viewpoint from it. He's not just going to leave it at, you know, yep, that's what it is. And everything is, you know, like negative. It's about positivity to it and, you know, helping people out. And so it kind of just brings people together because it's real talk, it's real discussion, it's real answers, and everything all kind of comes together that way. So I think that I realized that that's exactly what it was becoming. And you started talking about it that way.
The first terminology we used was cult. You remember?
Yes.
We used the term cult, which is very metal and very rock and roll, which we probably should have stayed with for the marketing purposes. But yeah, I think what ended up happening was, a little bit of backstory to us. We had just gotten married on March 1st. And then we started the channel like 2 or 3 weeks later. But we had just got done doing 3 years, and it was literally nonstop, almost 7 days a week of downtown ministry. And we're talking about heroin overdoses, sex workers, pimps threatening women, getting threatened ourselves. You know, like it was, I told Sori one day I'm going to write a book about that period of my life. Yeah. Nobody will believe
everything that was going on.
Everything that was going on.
Vin was like, Sori, when we get married, the first year, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to hang out. Like, it's just going to be real low key. It's
going to be me and you.
Yeah. And then, like, 2 weeks after we got married, we shoot the first video, not realizing what we're getting into. And the requests were so ginormous. People kept asking for stuff that then we started shooting 2 videos a day. And it became like, hey, maybe we could, like, this could be a full-time job.
Once we started shooting 2 videos a day, YouTube was like, yes, keep doing that. And they shot us up, and YouTube gave us a ton of help.
Really?
Oh, algorithmically. Oh, yeah. We were popping up everywhere very, very early. You know, and we started doing 2 videos a day. So much so that there was another channel that started before us. Unfortunately, they're no longer doing work, but they started putting out 2 videos a day because we just started glutting the market per se. But, you know, we would start getting like messages or in the comment section, you'd start hearing people, you know, it was more than great reaction. It was, you know, this happened to me when I was 7 or you'd get an email where somebody says, I was going to blow myself away. And then I saw your guys' video. Wow. And I think I had kind of, you know, I think one of the mistakes that I made as far as the previous thing that we were doing was like everything was centered around me. So like if somebody had a problem, they would call me. If somebody was going to kill themselves at 3 o'clock in the morning and they need somebody to pick them up and take them to the hospital, they'd call me. If somebody's boyfriend was holding their stuff and they needed somebody to get their stuff, they would call me. And it was just for 3 years. Yeah. And so the village idea came about of me saying, okay, I'm starting to see the potential. I'm starting to see where this is going to go. And I love these people, but I cannot, at the time we had like 200, 300 subs. And I thought this is massive. You know, I had no idea that, you know, in a month or two, that's what we would be getting in a day. So I created the village so that we could have a community of people who could talk to each other throughout the night and things like that. So that, you know, it wasn't all, you know, on me or on Sori, because I was trying to keep that promise to her that we're going to, you know, I'm going to focus on her because, like I said, we had been doing, you know, balls to the wall work for 3 years straight. And then I had another job that at times would take me out of the country and things like that. And so
While
just
you were
not
doing that.
while I was doing
wow.
that. Yes. So you know, so that's kind of where the idea came in, where it's like, okay, I see these people and people are hurt and they got needs and but I can't be the one to cover everybody. And so that's where the idea came in.
See, I didn't have like the
We could have
vision
a virtual community.
for a virtual community, like a village. I knew that that's the types of stuff that you always bring about. But initially I was like, babe, just give them the suicide hotline. Babe, give them a local therapist. Send them over there. Like, we cannot counsel thousands of people. That just can't happen.
Right.
And but then the community idea was so much better. I mean, I still think that there are some people who need to seek out professional help.
100%.
But there are some people that really, they just needed a friend. And they needed someone that could talk to them at 2 a.m. And, you know, they were able to, a lot of people were able to find that within the community.
So pretty much the community side that you guys have now, it's like a continuation or extension of what you guys were doing previously to an extent. You're still helping people in some capacity, whether it be people finding relief in a breakdown of a song, or if they're part of that community, directly helping out, or if it's not even you guys necessarily reaching out to them, the rest of the community might respond, I'm assuming, probably in some capacity, right? And kind of try and help out.
100%. I mean, there are so I don't know how many Discord channels there are connected to our community, and but people have definitely clustered and they take care of each other. And I was telling the boys I think since we started the channel, no exaggeration, we've probably given away between $8,000 to $10,000. And that is our community coming together. If somebody has a need, we had some really good friends of ours from the channel that needed a bankruptcy lawyer, or they were going to lose their house.
Wow.
And our community came together in a night and a half. We raised $4,000 for them so that they were able to do that. We
called it a rockathon. We just reviewed song after song after song after song, but we didn't do the big breakdowns. We just listened to the song and then we would rate it and kind of, you know, say like a couple minutes. And so people got like, you know, they would, you know, donate a certain amount of money to the cause of what we were doing, and then it went to that. So yeah, it was pretty ridiculous how much
recently somebody died of COVID-19 unexpectedly, and it was actually a coworker that's part of our community. He brought it to my attention, the GoFundMe thing. And again, we raised like $2,500 for this guy's family. So
that's awesome.
But again, it's a team effort. It's one of the things I learned from, you know, the previous thing that we were doing. It's like, it can't sit around one guy. It's got to be an entire team effort. And I'm very, very, very proud of our community and what we've been able to accomplish for people in a very, very short period of time. And the thing is that we had no intention of doing this at all. It was just literally something where me and Sori could have something to do outside of ministry or whatever, you know, people called it. And then it, you know, I guess at the end of the day, you are who you are and you can't really escape it. You know?